Okay, now we have Ice Cream Man by Ray, requested by Tom. Let's go. Oh yes, and Tom, I see that you've recently become an album request here. I just wanted to again say thank you so much for that. Okay, anyway, let's go. Mm, mm.
So this producer hit me up on a DM. He told me, hey, I really like what you were doing. But when I got that, should've heard what he was saying. Trying to touch me, trying to put me, I'm not playing.
Wow.
Like
she's really telling the story.
Till I felt his ice cold hand. And how I paid a
How
price
vulnerable.
now, damn. And no, I didn't say a word, I guess that proves it. I'm a woman.
Wow, God, yeah, that's giving me chills.
I'm a very fucking brave, strong woman.
Wow.
And I'll be damned if I let a man ruin. And I've been broken for a moment, I've been through it all. It's even harder to be brave alone. A very fucking strong woman.
That's cool.
And I was 7, was 21, was 17, and was 11. But all the stress of being honest wouldn't help me. And then I fell into some things that were unhealthy. A place where no one heard me, asking them to help me.
Yeah, damn.
God damn, everything they left me to ruin. And no, I didn't say a word, I guess that proves it. I'm a woman. Strong woman.
Oh, I love that.
Damned if I let a man ruin. As a girl, now I'm grown, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Very fucking strong woman.
That's hard to say about yourself sometimes.
I could say how I feel, how I felt, and explain why I'm silently blaming myself. Cause I put on these faces pretending I'm fine. Then I go to the bathroom and I press rewind in my head. Always going round and round in my head.
Perfect, honey.
Frame myself for your sin. You pathetic dead excuse of a man.
Wow, you go, girl. I love how it bursts at the end there. That's cool. That's cool. So did this just come out as a single?
I'm a very fucking brave.
Well, it says Ice Cream Man EP. But yeah, it says Ice Cream Man EP, but then all the other songs are just called Escapism. So is this going to be, did this come out kind of as a standalone? Is it going to be part of an album? It came out in 2023. But yeah, interested. That's a very, 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 very powerful song. And so many times you'll hear people, you know, touch on topics of this, right? But they will be a little bit like metaphoric. They might be hidden in a sentence. You know, maybe there'll be a verse about it. But this whole song is about exactly what it's about. It's there written out very, like, obviously, you know, there's no hidden meanings, nothing. It's very there. And she's fucking said it. And I feel like this must have felt very, very powerful. And a song to listen to when she doesn't feel strong too. You want to be like, no, I know I can feel strong because I wrote those lyrics, I sang those words, I performed them, I released them. I know I've got to that place. You know, it kind of like staples you in. Does that make sense? You're like stapled into that like newfound feeling of being strong and having courage after feeling very weak. And I guess I'm saying what I'm saying because I have moments where I feel very strong, you know, with all the things that have happened to me, which are similar to what she's saying. And then there are moments where I don't feel strong at all and I just feel full of hatred and anger and upset. Nowadays, my trauma has been surrounding other things, if that makes sense. And I do feel a lot stronger now about what these disgusting kind of men have done to me. Kind of men. I love how I say kind of men. Because they're not men, you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, that's gross. That's not a man. But yeah, interesting. She's literally saying it like, this producer hit me up. He told me I like what you're doing. He told me come round to the studio. He told me come catch a vibe. When I got there, should have heard what he was saying, trying to touch me. I should have left the place as soon as I walked in. How God damn dare you do that to me, really? Yeah, so hard. But the whole like I should have left that place as I walked in. It's just not how we work. As in, I don't mean women, I mean people. We walk in and you might get a sensation of, oh, I don't know about this. But you like to believe in the best, and you don't want to be, I guess, with women a lot, but also with men too. As a woman, we are also like, if you get a little thought in your head saying this might not be a good idea, you also want to go, oh, stop it. That's just your, paranoia because of the world we live in, because of the society and like the patriarchy. Don't feed into it. There are nice men out there, so let's just do this. Of course, he's probably a lovely man. What am I thinking? Of course. So you're not going to leave. You're trying to fight that part of your brain that is telling you you should leave, but you're trying to go, no, stop it, stop it. I'm ruining a good opportunity by being scared. But actually, it did end up being the way it was. But you should never blame yourself, because like you do, and people in general do try and see the best in things and opportunities and people. You don't want to judge a person straight away. You feel bad about it, even though sometimes it's the right thing to do, but it's not easy just to feel that naturally, or be able to act on it at least. Coming like the ice cream man till I felt his ice cold hands. Like coming like the ice cream man, like when you're a kid, you're so excited when you hear the ice cream truck outside, but then you feel his ice cold hands, and that's not so nice. Everything you did left me in a ruin, and no, I didn't say a word. I guess that proves it. I'm a woman. And yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. Like, no, I didn't say a word, but I guess that just makes me like a woman, because so many women don't say anything because of fear of not being believed. And actually, 99% of the time, women aren't believed in the sort of court system and so on. Like, so little um, of these accusations go to trial, and so little of these predators get convicted. This is powerful for me, because I've gone down a route of trying to get people convicted and whatever, and it's not always turned out great. Most of the time, it hasn't turned out great. So yeah, wow, powerful, and it's just so fucked up though. It's sad. It's really sad. But then she says, because I'm a woman. And then she turns it round and says, I'm a very effing brave, strong woman, and I'll be damned if I let a man ruin how I walk, how I talk, how I do it. In a weird way, that's interesting. Like, how I walk, how I talk, very like normal day-to-day things, but how I do it, I know it sounds weird, but she could also be meaning that in a sexual way, like how I have sex. Like, I'm not gonna let it change that about me too, because that is a huge thing after you've gone through such an awful situation like that. Sex after that is another terrifying venture. You know what I mean? You have to really work on yourself. And then she says here in verse 2, and I was 7, was 21, was 17, and was 11. Maybe these are all the ages that she had to go through this. She said it took a while to understand what consent means. Yeah. If I was ruthless, they'd be in a penitentiary. It's not ruthless though, is it? But the stress of being honest wouldn't help me. Oh, it's so true. She's fucking speaking it. So true. And I relate to this even more so in the second verse, because in my personal experience, I was 6 years old to 15 years old with the same abuser all those years. I know, ridiculous, just too many years for that to have been going on, really. It's my whole childhood, What the fuck do you think I feel up here? What do you think I've had to untangle over the short years of my adult life, right? Sometimes I'm like, ugh, like just how am I meant to human, Like when the love I was meant to have from parents was literally replaced by a love of an abuser. And then when I got to like 12, 13, oh no, 12, other people started coming in the mix, like different people that this one guy knew, if you know what I mean. And then some that he didn't know. Some that they had no relation at all. But when you are someone who has gone through it already, you become very much a target. You become an easy target because you are so, I was very much taught to be quiet, submissive, do what I'm told. You know what I mean? So that's how it can happen multiple times. That is literally how it happens. It becomes a snowball effect. And I say this now, and I imagine a lot of you who are watching already know this, but you'd be surprised how many people don't understand that one. If it happens once, they go, "Oh well, it won't happen again because you know what to look out for now." And it's like, that's just fucking bullshit. No, you don't. You don't learn. Like you just have to learn how to protect yourself. But you can't like learn what someone else will be act like. You know what I mean? Like, because they could be your best friend for months and then do it to you. You know, they could be your boyfriend. It could be anyone. So it's more about protecting yourself, but also learning to have fun, you know, and go against the ways that you've been taught, like being submissive and acting a certain way around people. You've got to learn to be strong. And like she's saying, I'm a strong fucking woman. And she is strong for going through all of this. And so proud of her, as I am of myself, even though sometimes I'm like, I just want to tear myself to pieces and just be like, why am I here? Like, I sometimes go, but then again, like, look at what all I've achieved. You know, even though I've gone through such horrific ordeals, how have I achieved this much? And I should give myself more fucking credit. You know what I mean? I should give myself more credit, but it's really difficult. Really difficult. So this song's a very powerful one. It means a lot to me. So thank you so much, Tom, for that one. And what a wonderful voice she has as well. Okay, I'm going to do Escapism by Raye. Another Raye song. And funnily enough, when I reacted to the one before, I was like, oh, why does all the other ones say Escapism? And now I'm reacting to that. Let's go. With 070 Shake.
Sleazing and teasing, I'm sitting on him. All of my diamonds are dripping on him. I'm
nice.
A little context if you care to listen.
Beautiful.
I find myself in a shit position. The man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it's over, done decision. In my little black dress and the shit is sitting. Just a heartbroken bitch, high heels, 6 inch in the back of the nightclub sipping champagne.
I love how that shrill synth is very in the back now, as these more depthy sounds come in.
Wait, 'cause I don't wanna feel.
Is she British?
How I did last night.
This is actually a lot different to the other one, the Ice Cream Man one.
You're asking me my symptoms, doctor. I don't wanna feel. Took this joint, I'm blowing this steam. Since my ex did dead, I got a new man on me. It's about to get sweaty. Last night really was the cherry on the cake.
That was nice.
I take a step back to see the glass half full. At least it's the Prada 2-piece that I'm tripping in. And I'm already acting like a dick, not me. So you might as well stick it.
She's 1,000,000% British.
Back of the taxi, sniffing cocaine. Drunk calls, drunk texts, drunk tears, drunk sex. I was looking for a man who was on the same page.
Back to the bar, to the Bentley, to the hotel, to my old ways.
I don't wanna feel.
That's fair.
I don't wanna feel how I did last night. Anything, please. I'm doctor. I don't wanna feel.
What? I don't wanna feel. Like I felt last night. I don't wanna feel. I was naked when I leave, and I was naked when I came. Out of reach, out of touch. Wait, so stuck, so what? Street small, but it go both ways.
I love that.
Symptoms, doctor. I don't wanna feel. I don't wanna feel.
Wow, this is amazing. Doctor, doctor, anything please. Symptoms, doctor, I don't wanna feel. I don't wanna feel. Oh, is it gonna be a hard outro?
Sticks much like Montana. I don't know where the fuck I am or who's driving the fucking car. Speeding down the highway, sipping. Everyone I love on red. Spilling secrets to the stranger in my bed. I remember nothing, so there's nothing to regret. Other than this 4/4 kick drum
Pounded in my head. That's a fucking impressive, amazing song. That's actually insanity. Oh my god, I think that one's going to YouTube. I think some of these on this one's going to YouTube. I tried putting some on YouTube from the other ones, and I felt bad not putting everyone's on, so I put on like a few, you know what I mean, of some that I didn't think would kick off. But then I felt like, oh, it was fucking up my algorithm a little bit. But that one might go to YouTube. I think that one will. And maybe a couple others that I've done. I might even grab like, you know how I've done like a few Joni Mitchell ones? I might even get some of my Joni Mitchell ones and stash them together in a video. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. But that one, that was actually fucking fantastic. I love that. I left everyone I love on red, and then I'm spilling my secrets to a stranger in my bed. The contrast and like the irony, you know? It should be the other way around, but it makes so much sense what she's saying. I fucking get it. This is a sad song at the end of the day. This is a sad song. It may feel hype and fun, but it's dark. God. Just about, you know, going home with someone, you know, just to like not feel or not think about your ex, I guess. That's what I was getting as, you know, it was going. But it's hard to get it all as you're listening at the same time. But she doesn't sound happy about it, but she's like, fuck it, I won't remember anyway. She's just being completely self-destructive at the end of the day. Here's also what the artist has said. Escapism as a topic, it's something I feel a lot of people relate to when you're going through hardships in life. You'll just do anything to run away from that feeling. Then you have to go to work and smile and pretend everything's okay, but it's not. I think especially as a woman, we must always have this brave face. Smile, be polite, don't be difficult, you know, but meanwhile, you're dealing with dark things and you have to just get on with it. I was lightly in love. What's the word? It's like, I know I'm not going to be with you forever, but part of an escapist feeling. Sadly, it's not always good for you. I had someone with me 24 hours a day. I was never alone. I was unable to be alone because I was scared to process my own thoughts. And that ended, and on top of all that trauma and things that I was dealing with, I absolutely spiraled. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. That's what'll happen to you. It's hard. It's really tough. But I'm glad she spiraled, you know? She went fucking down, 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 down. And then there's nowhere to go but up. Or you stay in that pit, or you do something about it, basically. Heavy and difficult. She also says, escapism is about running away from reality as fast as you possibly can, going out alone, ignoring everybody who has your best interest at heart. So guilty of that. Chasing a maze of smoke and mirrors because clarity is bitterly intimidating. When you're at your lowest lows, it's like survival mode, mind-numbing, running from your real life because it's not something you want to see. Sonically large and dramatic, something to accompany this feeling, to get lost to, and maybe you might find some healing inside of it like I did. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be listening to this all the time. I was at a low, you know, in April. And then May came around and I went, I'm not fucking doing this low. So I started saying yes to loads of things and started going out and doing lots of things. And there was a minute for me where I was like, let this be healing. Don't let it be escaping. But I've been very present and understood when and when I'm not, you know, is a good time to go do something, when's a good time to reflect. And I think I've done it really well, actually, because having fun could quickly turn into just escapism and you'll be scared to go home. You know, you've got to be ready for the fact that when you go home and it's quiet, you're probably going to feel depressed again. But you just got to kind of revel in the memory of the day, of it being really fun with your friends or out in the sunshine. You just got to kind of go, I feel shit now, but it's a good balance because I had a great time. It's about balance, isn't it? She also says here, addiction is a subject I talk about a lot in the album, especially on the escapism. As a woman, I felt like I couldn't talk about that. The industry makes us understand that it's not sexy, but silence does not help, on the contrary. For years, I kept this part of me a secret. I consumed products to endure the absurdity of my life. The lie that my career had become. It was very dark. Since I left the system, I am much healthier because the only pressure I have to bear is the one I put on myself. Oof, yes. And I'm glad she talked about it. I'm glad as a woman myself. And like her song Ice Cream Man, that's like, she spoke so rawly on that. There's no wonder that she had addiction problems and depression and so on like that, because going through all those things, horrible, disgusting things, it's gonna fuck you up basically, but you will come out stronger if you let it happen. But yeah, what a fantastic song. I'm fucking so excited to hear it again. I enjoyed it more than you know. It was just something, I don't know, it's her voice, it's the British kind of slant on her vocal, you know what I mean? There's something about that is like, I don't know, I guess relatable, I guess. It feels more close to home. And how she leans into it in a way, you know, not trying to sound American as a British singer, but being herself. It's almost like she's speaking to us, but it's fucking cool. I don't know, I loved it. I loved it. Wonder what the album's like. Kind of interested, you know. Maybe I'll do it. I'll put a heart on it. Might help me remember.